Okay, today in this video, I am going to be ranking all of the roller coasters at Cedar Point. This is going to be a pretty long one. I hope not. I haven't even started, actually editing yet. Anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna make this go quick. Before we get into the video, if you're new here and like what I post, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helped me out on my, oh my gosh. It really helped me out on my journey to 1,000 subscribers and YouTube monetization. And, yeah, that's kind of it. Go look at my Patreon, go look at a photography website. Oh, I'm also hosting a giveaway. I'm giving away a free whatever you want. Go to one of my community posts. I'll have a poll on there, whatever you want. The vote ends tomorrow morning. So, yeah. And then after that, I'll put another community post where you can actually enter in, email me, and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, if you want something free from Wildcat, then, yeah, you can go ahead and enter that. And let's get into the ranking. At number 16, we have Wilderness Run. It turns, it goes up, and down, and turns, and that's the end of the ride. Cool. Number 15, Woodstock Express. Now, this is actually a pretty fun kiddie/family. I'm considering more of a kiddie coaster because, I don't think anyone that's over the age of, 8 is gonna enjoy this as much as a 5-year-old. But it's still a pretty fun ride. I like the little trance up in front with, the little bell, and I also like the picture they got on this. Okay, this is actually pretty funny. And, yeah, that's kind of it. Coming in at number 14, we have Cedar Creek Mine Ride. The aerodynamics mine train at Cedar Point. It's kind of like all other mine trains that exist, so, there's really nothing much to shout out here. Oh, yeah, after the train after me, got stuck on the lift toe, and I'm very jealous. That's kind of really all I have to say there. So, number 13, Iron Dragon. This was actually a pleasant surprise, because the bat at Kings Island was kind of headbangy-ish. Is that even a word? I don't know, it doesn't even matter. Iron Dragon was actually kind of smooth, though not as exhilarating. It was still a pretty fun ride, and I liked how you get the swing and you go over top of the dragster, and you go over the pond with the mist. It's kind of cool. I like it. Number 12, Corkscrew. Now, you guys remember a while back when I always said that Laugh Track was the most underrated coaster that I've ever been on? Yeah, Corkscrew absolutely demolishes that. Everyone says this is the worst aerodynamics looping coaster ever, or the worst roller coaster at Cedar Point. And what? Anaconda was way worse than this thing. This thing was actually pretty smooth, and that airtime hill was jarringly intense. That was amazing. This ride is incredibly underrated, but of course it's it only has 3 elements and it's 30 seconds long, so it can only go so high. And plus, I like the number 11 spot better, Blue Streak. So, Blue Streak. I rode in a wheel seat towards the back. So, of course, I didn't like the ride as much as I should have. I really wanted to get a re-ride on this again, but it's you either ride this again or Steel Vengeance, Millennium Force, or Maverick. I think you guys can easily decide which one I would rather do. So, yeah, this roller coaster, I could tell, would give really good air. Actually, no, it does give good air time. Of course, I was in the back, bouncing up and down anyways, so my legs were getting slammed into the restraint, so that was nice. And I like the color scheme, just blue wood. That actually looks really good, and it's something different from just white or, just plain brown like most wooden coasters are painted. So, yeah, I like Blue Streak. Alright, coming into the top 10, we have Rougarou. Now, a lot of people said that this ride sucks and it was really bad and that we should remove it. And of course, I'm like, okay, well, how does it look bad? It looks like a good supporting coaster, B&M looper. What can go wrong with that, right? Yeah, everyone else was right. I was very wrong. This kind of suffers from the Green Lantern effect. I'm going to call it that, actually, the Green Lantern effect. It's a smooth ride, but it's not a smooth ride at all. The reason why I don't like Green Lantern is because there was so much headbanging. Same thing with Rougarou. Good layout and all, but oh my gosh, did this bang my head around a lot. That's pretty bad. And that's really all I have to say about this. Alright, at number 9, this is where we get into the good, quote-unquote, good roller coasters. At number 9, we have Gemini. This is a pleasantly fun aerodynamics coaster. Like, this is a really smooth roller coaster, surprisingly. Very smooth. The drop was fun, especially in the back row. I like how, like, you're always side by side with the train. Literally the entire time I was just trash talking to the train. And of course, when my dad was on the other side, he got everyone talking, which was just so much fun. And of course, I won twice, so I won every single time that I rode, which was 2 times. I'm very proud of that. So, I'll take that. All right, number 8. So we have Valraven, the park's B&M dive coaster. Now, I've got to say, this is my first ever dive coaster. This thing is fun. Now, it is definitely overshadowed by the park's lineup, which I can see why no one talks about it. But I will say, that view at the top, while you're just hanging there before you're dropping like 1,000 feet out of the sky, the view of Lake Erie and the rest of the park in front of you is actually really good. Really good. That's definitely a phrase, guys. You can say that now. Coined by Great Bear Productions. No, but really though, if you guys ride this in the morning, it actually looks so good with like the very calm waters and all that. And it's nice. I would really like to do that sunrise tours because I cannot wait to see what this looks like before morning, if that makes sense. At number 7, we have Gatekeeper. This is my favorite wing coaster, and I've really only done 3 Skyrish and Wild Eagle in this, so yeah, it's actually a really fun ride. I like the wing over drop, and I like how you're literally right next to the beach. I'll say that. Like Lake Erie is literally right there, and it looks so beautiful. Color scheme. The color scheme, guys. The color scheme looks really good, and I like especially the keyholes. That's actually really cool. Now, the foot chopper / head chopper effect on that actually isn't as good as I thought it would be, but it's still a pretty fun ride, and it gets a Gatekeeper out of 10 in my opinion. At number 6, we have Raptor, the B&M Invert. This is my second B&M Invert of all time, that behind Banshee at Kings Island. And this is actually a pretty fun ride. It has a lot of elements. I think, 2 double helix. Okay, 2 helixes, 1 double helix. I'll say it like that. You definitely go out with a bang at the end of the ride. You have a lot of good elements, and even a cobra roll, which is actually very snappy, which I very appreciate. Now, something I don't appreciate is the brake run. You get tossed around when you're going into it, and if you haven't ridden it, you'll know what I mean when you do. So just take note of that. All right, number 5 is Magnum XL200. This is, okay, I can see why people hate this ride with a passion. I get it. It definitely can hurt, especially the first time you ride it, because you have no idea what's coming. But when you ride it more and more, it's actually pretty fun. Now, yes, the magic seat does live up to the hype. Oh my gosh, that thing is powerful. Now, if you don't want a rough ride and you don't know what to expect, I will definitely say the calmest row on this roller coaster, believe it or not, is the back row. It's pretty much just very, very intense floater and mild ejector back there. It's actually not bad at all, and you can probably enjoy it more in the back row, honestly. So if you don't like Magnum XL200, ride in the back row and see what you think, because I think that actually does help a lot. Number 4, Millennium Force. Oh my gosh, this thing is not overrated at all. It is not even underrated. I think it's properly rated, honestly. I don't even care if it doesn't have forces or not, which, by the way, the first drop, like the valley, the first drop in that first turn, definitely pull a lot of G's. I think I grayed out once on that overbank turn. It was actually a really cool experience. And when you're going up the lift hill by really right next to Lake Erie, it is such an amazing view. I love sitting on that left side. And the drop, of course, is amazing. Now, the drop is definitely overrated. I'm sorry, Theme Park Avenue. I know it's your favorite drop and all, but it's not the best drop, all right? But yeah, the rest of the ride is awesome. I love the speed aspect of it. And my favorite part of the ride, I'm not even kidding, every single time I get on this thing, I'm like, all right, can I beat my record? And what I mean by my record is, how many times can I get hit by bugs? My record is 7. And that's specifically in the face. My record is 7, and I've never really gone over that. I've tied with 7 once, but that's pretty much it. And if you've never ridden this coaster before, please do yourself a favor and ride in the front row. I made the mistake of riding in the back row for my first ride, and it's not that it was bad or anything. It's just it's so much better in the front row, so just do yourself a favor and do that. Plus, you get hit by more bugs, so it's a win-win. Okay, I know this is probably an unfair pick at number 3 right here, but Thrill Dragster. Now, I know, it's not even open, I haven't even ridden it, but I am using my experiences from King to College I have ridden to this ride, and I know that this ride's already smoother and whatnot in the restraints. So from my experience, this is definitely at least on King to Cod, it's definitely a very intense roller coaster, and I like the drop. It's pretty cool. But that's really all I can say because I can't apply too much from King to Ka. So let's go on to number 2. Okay, number 2. These two roller coasters are actually pretty neck and neck, and at number 2 we have Maverick, and this thing is a powerhouse. I can see why Cedar Point definitely went with this instead of the B&M Floorless now. This was definitely a really cool, I think this was the first ever multi-launch coaster, or the first ever Blitz coaster, whatever you call it. And that was definitely a worthy buy. The launch, especially the second launch, was really cool. I like the elements, the very rapid fire transitions, and the Stangle dives. Oh my gosh, are amazing. I love this ride so much. Please just do yourself a favor and get on this ride as soon as you can. But don't get on this ride as soon as possible, because you're going to want to do that from the number 1 spot at Steel Vengeance. Okay, yes, so Steel Vengeance definitely was not overrated for me. It was a really, really good ride, and it's actually my number 2 overall roller coaster. And it was my number 1 overall roller coaster for a bit, but then I went to another park, and things happened, which I haven't even talked about on this channel yet. So I'll get to that probably in like 3 weeks, because I'm really behind on uploads right now. But anyways, the airtime on this thing is phenomenal. Ejector all around. People said the Outer Bank was overhyped, and I actually think it was underhyped for me, because it was overhyped for me. So I had lower expectations for it, so it was actually really good. I like the second kind of axis Outer Bank more, which was it's just a fun ride overall, guys. This is a really fun. I keep saying fun. Stop. I need to stop saying that. I do like the sign for the ride. I think it makes a really, really good presence, or I guess. And the operations are really fast too, but the only thing I don't like is the metal detections. Like, get rid of it, Cedar Point. Like, just stop. It's not cool. All in all, this ride is just airtime. That's what I gotta remember. Don't even buy with any of the roads. Don't even go to the front row. Just do the back row. Just do yourself a favor. Just do the back row. But yeah, that's all I really got for you guys today in this video. Again, if you're new here and you like what I post, please consider subscribing to the channel. I make a lot more content than just Cedar Point stuff, even though I have been doing that for like the literal past 6 uploads. My home park is Hershey Park, so I definitely have a lot of stuff on that, especially my earlier uploads. So yeah, we definitely have come a long way from a year ago. We're literally actually past halfway to 600 subscribers now, and I'm actually so excited about this, guys. Thank you for the growth. Thank you for all the stuff. Again, if you want to enter that giveaway, more details will come out probably tomorrow or Tuesday. But just go to the community post, vote on whatever you want. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I will see you all later.